Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully you guys are having a great and exceptional day. As I always say, do the great free things. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. It's all that good stuff. Or just do the great two free things. Like and subscribe. So always greatly appreciate that. On that note, today's word of the day, and a beautiful day it is because we woke up today and that's all that matters at this point. Today's word of the day is, if I can find the correct one, is witness. Stands for one who can give a first-hand account of something seen, heard, or experienced. Now, I chose this word today because when you are doing great things in this lifetime, all the success in the world means nothing if you don't have great people in your life, whether it's a significant other, your children, or just other family members or great friends and whatnot who turn into family. Because a lot of times people with your last name doesn't mean a hill of beans, as my mother would say. They're just people that have your last name and you share the same bloodline, but you might do a lot for them, but they do nothing for you. And usually majority of the time it's nothing but lip service at the end of the day. So I leave it at that. So in this life, do your best to create and bond with more witnesses to your for your success, and so that you can become a witness for their success all at the same time. All right. Today I have two quotes of the day. First quote is by Nas, one of the greatest rappers / entrepreneurs of our time. He says, what you base your happiness around? What do you base your happiness around? Material, women, and large paper? That means you're inferior, not major. I agree with that statement more because, as Damon Dash would say, he's been around a bunch of billionaires who are the most miserable people on the planet. A money move is not just you making money. A money move isn't you just flashing it around or even getting an asset. A money move is based on helping you become happier and this finding happiness. The main thing is when people have more money, they have more opportunity, and that they turn but that opportunity could be squandered and turned to a lot of bad things, or that opportunity could actually be turned into something that matters, so that you can help create a life that you don't have to constantly take a vacation from. Me growing up in the DMV area, I've had the pleasure of seeing people to make lots of all races and backgrounds, religions, whatever, make a great living, have great successful businesses, but look like the most miserable people on the planet, regardless if they live in Maryland, Washington, D.C., or Northern Virginia. I've seen it all when it comes to that, and it never amazes me, because a lot of people who make less, have lower incomes, don't realize they always have this in the back of their mind. And I've been down that road. If I could just make more money, I'd be happier and whatnot. And to me, it's just like, okay, if you make more money, majority of the times working people, when they get higher salaries, they just fall into the trap of spending more money on crap and getting more, bigger homes and nicer cars, but doesn't, there's still an emptiness inside them, So your happiness is what you make it. And you have to find it outside of your career. You have to find it outside of you have to find it outside of your family. You have to find it outside of your business. What truly makes you happy on a regular basis, and hopefully it's something that's not a financial detriment to yourself, a physical detriment to yourself, a mental detriment to yourself, or anything of that nature. These are things that people have to take into consideration. So definitely work on making the money move, getting the bag, but then at the same time or afterwards, work on finding what makes you happiness and how you can bring happiness and joy to other people all at the same time. Because one of the biggest problems we have in the world today is more and more people are so selfish. It's not even funny. Another quote today is by Fetty Wap. He says, "Don't let nobody tell you you can't do it. Love what you do until you don't love it anymore. Nothing is impossible." I agree with that, because I remember in my early 20s, that's why I was surrounded by a lot of smart people that were quote unquote my elders in the job market. But I remember they were the nosiest bunch. I swear to God they were. But anyways, whenever I had my goals written down somewhere and they ended up seeing it, they would tell me that was impossible because I was the person. I was literally, in a sense, the intern on the project that I was working on at my first quote unquote corporate job. And I remember thinking in the back of my head, I was just like, why do they crap on all my goals and aspirations? Oh, I know why. Because the majority of them, they're married, they're unhappy in their marriages, but this was by choice, not by force. They have kids, was by choice, not by force. And they were basically retired. I call the workers' retirement mindset, meaning they've done all that they can do in their career. They've done all they can do in their life. and they have no goals and aspirations outside of what they're doing. Getting up, going to work, raising a family, that was that, the basic mindset, and that was it. And they thought that they should get a special reward for doing what they're supposed to do when you have a family and have a job. You're supposed to be an adult and be responsible. But they would crap on anybody who had goals and aspirations outside of what I just said. So years later, I had to learn to stop sharing my goals and aspirations with any and everybody. Making that mistake too many times cost me accomplishing a certain amount of things, but then too, being around the wrong people at the same time. So within 10 to 20 minutes of me meeting new people nowadays, I know if I'm going to vibe with a person or not, unless they're just great at just being full of it. That's a different story for a different day. But I know for the most part, if I'm going to vibe with anybody in regards to what they're about and where they're trying to go. And the whole, that's impossible, you can't do it, people. Well, when you hear that from somebody, look at their lifestyle and say, do you want their lifestyle? It's a yes or no question. It doesn't require a lot of analyzing. It's a real plain and simple yes or no. So majority of the time when I meet people, I'm like, yeah, they might be cool, they might be nice to hang out with, but I'm looking at their lifestyle. I'm like, nah, I really don't want to live that lifestyle. So unless you're going to give me some information in regards to how to make money in my sleep, or anything around that surrounds that subject matter, we really don't have that much to talk about. So on that note, do the great thing, free things. Like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully you guys have a great day. Once again, happy Black History Month. Hopefully you checked out the video I made last night in regards to what the simple things that one can do during Black History Month outside of the same mundane nonsense that we see on TV or on the internet that people do. No, it's all about currency, the exchange of currency on all levels. So if you're not supporting Black businesses, Black banks, and HBCUs from an economic perspective, then to my personal opinion, you're not celebrating Black History Month, because you can look up history any time of the freaking day, any time of the year, but that's just my personal opinion. So on that note, have a great day. And as I always say, make money moves, or you're going to live like a fool. Take care.